third graders. Welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to look at vocabulary. I'd like you to open your vocab book to page number 144. On page 144, we're going to talk about some Latin roots. We've done so many in the past, and now we're going to have 3 brand new roots for us to learn. So please make sure you're on page 144. Have your pencil ready. All right. First thing we want to do is read our list of words. Some of these words seem a little bit longer, but I think we can do this. On page 144 on the left, do you see the word list? I would like you to put your finger or your pencil on each word, and I want you to read them out loud with me. All right, everybody see the first one? This word can be said 2 different ways. It can be said data or data. Whatever way you wish is fine. It's fine either way. So we have data. The next one is grammar, describe, diagram, not diagram, diagram, 3 syllables, script, editorial, paragraph, edition, subscription, inscribe. Let's try those one more time together. We'll just go all the way through. You can say the first one whichever way you want. Data, grammar, describe, diagram, script, editorial, paragraph, edition, subscription, inscribe. All right, in these words we find some different roots, and they're at the very top of your page. So I'd like you to look at the green section on 144. We see the roots and the meanings. Would you please look up there? The first root is dit or dat. It means to give. So see up here we have dit, dat, meaning to give. For an example, your book talks about edit, which means correct the writing. You're giving correction for the writing. Wasn't that one of our words last week? It sure was. It has dit in it. Okay, look at the second one in your book. The Greek word here, oh, these are Greek also, how cool. Graph or gram, meaning to write. Graph or gram. As in an autograph, a person's handwritten signature. Did you think of something? What was the thing that would send messages over a wire from a long distance, from one side of the country to the other? Do you remember what that thing was called? It was called a telegraph. Hey, there's the word, right? Graph means to write. So they would write messages and send them. When you got that thing, when you got that paper with the message on it, what was that called? A telegram, right? It was written out, talking about the difference there. So that's pretty cool that you guys know that already. Telegraph, telegram, and then they have an autograph here. It all has to do with writing. Look at the third one, please. In your book, it says scrib or script, to write. Scrib, scribble, means to write quickly or carelessly. Scribble, scrib, script. If we do a program, we have a script. Okay, so those are our roots. We have dit and dat, graph and gram, scrib and script. What do you notice about graph and gram and scrib and script? They all mean to write. Look back in your book. What language does graph and gram come from? Look at the top of your page. What language is graph and gram? That's Greek. What about scrib and script? That's Latin. So these are the 2 meanings. They mean the same thing. They just come from the different languages. You guys are learning so much. So cool. All right, so what you're going to do today on the bottom of 144 is you're going to sort by the roots. We have them listed here, just like it is in your book. Sort the words on the word list by the roots. Write each word under the correct root. Then think of other words you know that come from the same Latin and Greek roots. Write each word under the correct root. So you're going to take your 10 words in the word list. You are going to sort them so that they go in the right place. You're going to do that with the 10 of them. Then you are going to have 5 extra spaces. I want you to think, I want you to put on your thinking cap, Think of some words that you know that contain those roots. They could be from our first lesson, the one that we did last week in your folder, or maybe next week's lesson, or maybe some things that we learned in social studies. So any of those that would have that in there, I want you to go ahead and write them in. All right? And then when you're done, I want you to pause the video. And then when you're done, turn it back on and we'll see what we come up with. All right, everyone. Hopefully you finished that page and you were able to think of some extra words to go with it. Let's check our 10 words first and see if you have what I have on the board. Now remember, these can be in any order up there, but they need to be under the correct headings. All right, for dit and dat, you should have data, editorial, addition. Did you get those in the right places? You can put a star by them or smiley if you wish. That way you know they're there and that you got them right. Good job. Let's go to graph and gram. We start out with grammar, diagram, and paragraph. Did you get those, guys? I hope so. And then thirdly, scrib and script. We have describe, script, subscription, describe. Hopefully you have those in there. Oh, describe was in there twice. It's not describe. What word should that be, third graders? Not describe. It should have a different prefix, shouldn't it? It should be inscribe. Wow, it shows that it has those same things there, right? Let's go back, and even though the directions don't exactly say it, I would like you, with me, to circle our roots that we find in these words. Let's go over here. What is the root in data? Yep, dat. How about in the word editorial? Do you see the root? Yep, this has a dit. Make sure you're doing this on the ones that you have written. How about in addition? Dit, yes. When the T comes here, it changes to its shun sound, but it's still there. Okay. Let's go over to this. In grammar, well, it's the first part, right? Gram. Please remember that this has 2 A's, no E's in the word grammar. Diagram. There you go. I bet you can figure the last one here on your own, can't you? Yeah, graph. Good job. Try these 4. See what you come up with. I'm going to do them at the same time you do, and I want to see if you can match what I've got. Did you get those? Did you notice that there's a word that's the entire root? Which one is that? Script, right. That's the whole thing. All right, let's see if we can come up with a few words. Now I'm going to give you a couple words that I figured out, that I remembered. You might have different ones. That's awesome. But in case you couldn't think of them, let's do a couple together. So I went ahead and looked in the directions and saw that there was the word edit. You could have written that one, couldn't you? And then who is the person that does the editing? That would be the editor. An editor is someone who makes corrections throughout the newspaper or throughout whatever you're doing, whatever you're writing. Good job. All right, graph and gram. Well, in the directions, it gave us autograph. And then we kind of already talked about our social studies, didn't we? Did you use any of those? How about telegraph? And the paper that comes from that is a telegram. Good job. On the last one, another one that they gave up above is scribble. Sometimes it's fun to just scribble on papers, isn't it? Let's take the word describe and change that a little bit. Can you think of a word that goes with that would have our root in it? How about a description? Maybe some of you wrote that. Nice job. If you didn't get to write and fill in all your spaces, go ahead and use some of these words. Your choice to fill in the rest of them. If you did get to write them in and they're real words, way to go. Fantastic. All right. Try to remember these roots because we're going to be using them through the rest of the time. All right, guys. Have an awesome day.